in exam, usually one way or the other. The statement is modified sometimes a bit. Let's go over this. Question number 4. The taxi fare in a city is as follows. For the first kilometer, the fare is 8 rupees, and for the subsequent distance, it is 5 rupees per kilometer. Taking the distance covered as X kilometers and the total fare as Y rupees, you have to write down a linear equation for this information and then draw its graph. So since they have indicated that the equation is to be formed by representing these two values with the variables X and Y, you will be obtaining a linear equation in two variables, and then you have to draw the graph for it. So sometimes the graph part is not asked. They will only ask you to form a linear equation or ask you to, after that, find out 2 or 3 solutions, depending on how many marks the question carries. So as for now, let's just take a look how this is to be done. First of all, you want to note down that the total distance has been represented by X and the total fare will be represented by Y. And second thing, the fare has been distributed in 2 ways. Like it is split up. For the first kilometer, doesn't matter where the person, how much distance a person is traveling or covering. For 1 kilometer, 8 rupees will be charged. And then after 1 kilometer, whatever distance the person wants to go further will be charged at 5 rupees per kilometer. Suppose a person is traveling 5 kilometers. एक person को 5 kilometers दूर जाना है, तो 5 kilometers में से जो पहला किलोमीटर है उसके लिए 8 rupees लग जाएंगे, और बाकी के जो 4 kilometers रह गए उनके लिए हम जो चार्ज लगाएंगे वो लगेगा with at the rate of rupees 5 per kilometer. Let's just write this. The total fare, it has been split up into 2 parts, and this is given as for first kilometer. It's rupees 8, and this is fixed, and then subsequent distance. Subsequent distance means whatever distance is left to be covered. Total distance में से पहले 1 किलोमीटर के लिए हम 8 रुपीस चार्ज करेंगे, और बाकी जितना डिस्टेंस रह गया उसके लिए चार्ज होंगे रुपीस 5 for each kilometer. So if I had to take the example, if the distance to be covered is 5 kilometers, this is just an example. If the total distance to be covered is 5 kilometers, for 1 kilometer, the fixed cost, the person will be charged 8 rupees. पहले 1 किलोमीटर के लिए पर्सन को 8 रुपीस चार्ज लगा दिया जाएगा, and afterward for the remaining distance, if out of total distance, which is 5, we take away the first kilometer, the remaining 4 kilometers will be charged at 5 per kilometer. So it will be rupees 5 for each kilometer, that will be rupees 20. Now you can find out the total cost by adding the two. जो पहले किलोमीटर के लिए चार्ज लगा वो प्लस जो बाकी के डिस्टेंस पे फेयर लगेगा. Total will give you the total, adding these two will give you the total fare. Let me know if this makes sense to you, then we will write down in the form of variable.
Please explain again.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, please explain it.
Let's suppose, okay, think of it simply. You can consider the distance on your own. Let's just take an example from you. Ravgun, could you tell me, like, let us take a distance given by you. This is just sorry?
3.
Okay. So let's say the total distance to be covered is 3 kilometers. We want to charge the fare by breaking down this distance into 2 parts. So इसमें से 1 किलोमीटर जो है वो अलग कर लो, पहले 1 किलोमीटर अलग कर लो, बाकी जो रह जाएगा. और ये करना इसलिए है बिकॉज इन दोनों की जो फेयर है वो डिफरेंट है. पहले 1 किलोमीटर के लिए जो फेयर लग रहा है वो अलग है, बाकी के डिस्टेंस के लिए जो फेयर लग रहा है वो अलग है। इसलिए अपने टोटल डिस्टेंस को आपने 2 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करना है, और डिवाइड करने के लिए आपने क्वेश्चन को रेफर करना है कि क्वेश्चन में जो फेयर डिस्क्राइब किया गया है वो किस तरह से डिस्क्राइब किया गया है। तो फेयर में उन्होंने 1 किलोमीटर जो बिगिनिंग का है उसको अलग किया है, और उसके बाद जितना डिस्टेंस रह जाएगा उसके लिए अलग से फेयर लिखा हुआ है। तो यहाँ पे अगर हमें 3 किलोमीटर्स कवर करने हैं तो 3 किलोमीटर्स में से पहले आप 1 किलोमीटर अलग कर लो, और बाकी का जो डिस्टेंस रह जाएगा उसको अलग कर लो। सो इट्स वेरी सिंपल, 3 में से आप 1 किलोमीटर अलग निकाल लो और बाकी के आपके पास रह जाएंगे 2 किलोमीटर्स। इज दैट करेक्ट?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Keeping in mind how the fare will be charged for the first kilometer, जो पहला मैंने 1 किलोमीटर अलग किया था, इसके लिए लगने हैं 8 रुपीज। तो पहले 1 किलोमीटर के लिए फेयर लग जाएगा 8 रुपीज। अब देखना है कि जब आगे टैक्सी चल रही है तो 2 किलोमीटर्स बाकी के जब कवर होंगे उसके लिए फेयर कितना लगेगा। सो इसके लिए जब कॉस्ट लगनी है, बाकी का जो डिस्टेंस बच गया, इसके लिए हमने चार्ज करने हैं 5 रुपीज for each kilometer. That means for 1 kilometer, we will be charging the person 5 rupees, and for 2 kilometers, it will be 10 rupees.
10 rupees.
Now, can you tell me what will be the total fare? जो पहले 1 किलोमीटर के लिए थे वो
18 rupees.
18 rupees. This is what you need to do. I have now done this with the help of numbers. We will not be working with numbers. We will be working with variables. So be a little conscious how you're writing this down. I will write down and then we will go over the question again. And there is no need for you to write down all this before your answer. You can directly start by writing down the statement given to you. So we will be representing the two values given in question by variables as indicated. Sometimes they don't indicate, कई बार लिखा नहीं होता, simply बोल देते हैं कि ये situation है, express this as a linear equation in two variables. तो आप फिर variables अपनी तरफ से लोगे. In this case, they have already given you that the total distance is to be represented by x, and the total fare be y rupees. This is from where your answer actually starts. Now let's write down what will be the fare for the first kilometer. पहले 1 किलोमीटर के लिए. First means just one. So it will be rupees 8. It's given in the question. And then you want to calculate how much is the remaining distance. It will be total distance
Distance -1.
minus 1, that is x minus 1 kilometers. And fare for remaining distance, it is rupees 5 for each kilometer. So we will be multiplying it with the total distance. It's like unitary method. अगर आपको 1 की कॉस्ट पता है और आपको ज्यादा के लिए फाइंड करना है तो आप क्या करते हो? From 1 to many, you're supposed to multiply. So this is the cost for 1 unit, and we want to find for x minus 1 kilometers. We shall be multiplying. Total distance में से आप 1 निकाल दोगे. Ashpreet, go back to the example that you discussed with me. Where you said that the total distance to be covered is 3 kilometers. तो 3 में से हमने 1 निकाल दिया था. 1 के लिए हमने 8 rupees चार्ज किए, और बाकी कितना रह गया डिस्टेंस? To find out the remaining distance from total, we take away the 1 kilometer, जिसके लिए fixed 8 rupees लगने हैं. इसको आपको 2 पार्ट्स में ब्रेक डाउन करना है. 1 किलोमीटर के लिए लगेंगे fixed 8 rupees or remaining will be charged at rupees 5 for each kilometer. I hope it's clear. Anyone who has questions at this point?
No.
Now, to find out the total fare, we will be adding the two parts in which the fare was divided. So total fare will be equal to the fare for 1 kilometer. The fare for 1 kilometer is 8 rupees. Take up
Rupees
ye,
8.
and you will take this fare for the remaining distance. So 5 times x minus 1. And if we go back to the initial statement that we have written, we were supposed to represent the total fare by the variable y. हमने अपने बिगिनिंग में लिखा है कि टोटल फेयर हमने किससे रिप्रेजेंट करना है, y से. सो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड नाउ विल बी रिप्लेस्ड बाय y एंड यू कैन सिंप्लीफाई द राइट हैंड साइड. To obtain a linear equation in two variables. So this is the equation in two variables which represents a given situation. You could write down in standard form or you can leave it as such. If anyone has questions how this equation is formed, please ask, because after this, the only thing left is to make the graph, and that you have done like 3-4 times now. You will be able to do it on your own. Or the only thing was कि यहाँ पे जब cost लिखनी है. This is a very important that you understand how the fare is charged in two parts. There will be a modified form for this, which we'll discuss after we complete the chapter, not right now. You're going to have write like this question in 10th standard also. This concept is there as well. Not necessarily for the taxi fare, but for other situations where the fare could be divided. One such example is in hostel. So in hostel, there is a fixed charge for staying in the hostel, and then जितने दिन person वहाँ पे रह रहा है उसके लिए food charges जो होंगे वो every day के हिसाब से लगेंगे. So the person will be charged the fixed cost for staying in the hostel plus वो हर day जितने दिन खाना खाएगा उसके हिसाब से जो cost बनेगी. The person has to pay that amount. So the cost is split up into two parts. One is fixed and one is charged per unit. All right. If you want to draw the graph with me, let's just quickly do it. You would like to find out the solution for this linear equation first of all. So I'm using this from here, y equals to 5x plus 3. Let's use x equals to 0, y comes out to be 3. Then let's use x as 1, y comes out to be 8. And let's use x as minus 1, y will come out to be minus 2. If you want, you can show your work here. X equals to 0 will imply that y equals to 5 multiplied by 0 plus 3, which is 3. Then taking x equals to 1, y equals to 5 into 1 plus 3. I'm using equation number 1 to find out the values. So these are the pairs of values that I have. And form the points using this. The three solutions that I've obtained, I'm going to represent them as A, B, and C, and then plot them on the graph. If you have done it, please let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's good. Let's plot the points. You will have A03, then you have B18, and then you have C as -1, -2. And then you can draw a line to see whether or not they fall in the same straight line.
Ma'am, the screen share is paused.
Okay, let me try, see if it's working.
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So this is the graph that we have, and you can write down the linear equation for which you have obtained this graph alongside. So linear equation was y equals to 5x plus 3. That's it. This completes question number 4. If you're making the graph, please let me know. I'll wait before we take up the next question. And if it's done, then also just let me know.
Yes, ma'am. Please wait.
Okay. Okay, he is here in the meeting. Okay, is it done, Kavyam?
Yes, ma'am.
After this, I would like to discuss question number 7. Question number 7, which we have to do. We will come back to 5th question in a while. Please note down question 6 and question number 8 are deleted. So question number 7 is again a problem sum, and you have to draw the graph for the situation given. Yamini and Fatima are 2 students of 9th class, and together they contributed 100 rupees towards the Prime Minister's Relief Fund to help the earthquake victims. Write a linear equation which satisfies this data, the situation given to you. So very simple situation is described here. Contributions can be taken as X rupees and Y rupees. So if we take Yamini's contribution as X and
X plus Y is equals to 0.
that's X plus Y equals to
100.
100. So according to question, the total contribution is 100. So share of Fatima plus Yamini will be equal to 100. So that's your linear equation, and then you can plot a graph. Now, since the total is 100, you might have to choose a scale while representing the values on one of the axes, or maybe both the axes. You can take 1 unit equal to 10. In that way, it will be easier, because the values which satisfy this, these would be very large. Not normally numbers like below 10 which you represent on your coordinate axis. Usi se kaam ho jata hai aapka. The numbers which are less than 10, you just show those on the graph. But for this, you might need to choose a different scale. So if you take X as 10, Y will be 90. To represent these two values, 10 and 90, you would need to choose a scale. So do it accordingly, right? Give it a try. In case you need help, you can just let me know. Otherwise, it's very simple. And try not taking negative values, because it's cost. It will not be satisfying any negative values. It will satisfy, but X and Y cannot represent negative numbers. Okay. Question number 5th now. It's a multiple choice question. From the choices given below, choose the equation whose graphs are given in the figure 4.6 and 4.7. So there are two figures given for each of the parts. You have to identify the graph in the figure is for which equation. There are 4 different equations given to you as 4 different parts over here. You have to see which of these is the correct equation for which the graph would be somewhat like this. And we are going back to the result that I discussed yesterday कि जब हम किसी भी इक्वेशन का ग्राफ प्लॉट करते हैं, उस ग्राफ पे जितने भी पॉइंट्स लाई करेंगे, वो सभी पॉइंट्स इक्वेशन का सॉल्यूशन बनना चाहिए. So if I look at the graph given to me in figure 4.6, on the graph I have 3 points. Point A, -1, 1, origin 0, 0, and point B, which is 1, -1. If any of these equations has this line as their graph, all these points must be the solution of that equation. अगर मैं बोलती हूँ कि पहली इक्वेशन जो यहाँ पे दी हुई है y equals to x, उसका ग्राफ ये बनता है, तो इस ग्राफ पे मेरे पास जो 3 पॉइंट्स मुझे नजर आ रहे हैं, उनमें से अगर मैं x और y की वैल्यूज अपनी इक्वेशन में यूज करूं, my equation must be satisfied. This is how you will be checking. We could plot the graph for each of these 4 equations and then see which one is correct, but that's quite complicated. We don't want to do such a long work for 1 mark question. So what we will do is we'll go the other way around. From the graph, identify the points which are indicated. Graph में जो points आपको दिए हुए हैं line के ऊपर, उन points की values को अपनी equations में put करके देखो. The one which is satisfied by all 3 is your answer. Not just one, all 3 points must satisfy the linear equation. So अगर मैं पहली equation की बात करती हूँ, if I use A, -1, 1, what do you think, is the equation satisfied?
No, ma'am.
The equation is not satisfied. Y is 1 and x is -1. The two sides are unequal, so this is rejected. The first option is rejected. Let's take a look at the second option that you have. The sum of x and y should be equal to 0. Does this work?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. In all equations.
And if you check the other two, now you could just stop here. आप यहाँ पे रुक सकते, because you've obtained your right answer. But do check for the remaining options. Do check for the remaining options. Sometimes there are questions in which more than one option is correct, although you can see the other 2 options are completely wrong. But still, do check. So y equals to 2x, the value of y must be double the value of x. Does that work here? Value of your ordinate should be equal to twice the value of abscissa. That's also wrong.
Yes, ma'am.
And then last option, we have 2 plus 3y equals to 7x. You can use the values. Now, there is one trick you can remember. If the graph passes through origin, that means your equation will not have a constant. आपकी इक्वेशन में कांस्टेंट टर्म नहीं होगी अगर आपका ग्राफ ओरिजिन में से पास कर रहा है. Origin will never satisfy this. If you put y as 0, x as 0, it will be 2 equal to 0, which is wrong. The
Ma'am,
origin,
we can check by the values of b also.
yes, you can check all three. You have to check for all three. All three must satisfy. तीनों वैल्यूज पुट करके आप चेक कर सकते हो. तीनों से यस 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 बनना चाहिए, तभी आप बोलोगे दिस इज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन. कई बार होता है 2 से करेक्ट आता है, थर्ड पे जाके रॉन्ग हो जाता है, तो फिर वो रिजेक्ट हो जाएगा. Not the point, the equation will be rejected. The first part is actually easy. If you take a look at the next part, that should help you understand. Just remember one thing which I indicated here, कि अगर आपकी equation में constant term है, उस equation का answer कभी भी 0 0 नहीं बनेगा. All right, let's take a look at the second part. We have these 4 equations and the points we have are A -1 3, B 0 2 and C 2 0. We have to check all these 3 one by one in each of these equations. So let's check for the first part. Y should be equal to x plus 2. So इस equation में अगर हम use करते हैं A, you will have 3 equals to -1 plus 2. Is LHS equal to RHS?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So
No, ma'am.
this is rejected. इसके लिए तो पहला point ही work नहीं कर रहा. Let's go and check for the next equation. Y equals to x minus 2. Now for the second part, y equals to x minus 2. Let's use A -1 3. So this will be 3 equals to -1 minus 2. Are the two sides equal?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
तो सेकंड इक्वेशन के लिए भी पहला पॉइंट ही वर्क नहीं कर रहा. हमें बाकी दोनों को तो चेक करने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ी, यहीं पे ही सेकंड ऑप्शन रिजेक्ट हो गई. लेट्स चेक फॉर द थर्ड पार्ट नाउ. y equals to -x plus 2. So A is -1 and 3. Using the values, y is 3 on the right hand side, negative of x, so negative of -1. So this works. For this equation, A works. Let's check the second point now. For the same equation, I would like to check the other 2 points as well. I'm going to check for the same equation, point B. B is 0, 2. So 2 equals to 0 has no sign. So this will be 2 equals to, this also works. Now let's check for the third point, which is 2, 0. 0 equals to -2 plus 2. Well, this also works. So all 3 points shown on the graph satisfy equation number 3. That's why this is the correct option. 3 पॉइंट्स दिए थे मुझे ग्राफ के ऊपर और ये तीनों पॉइंट्स मेरी इक्वेशन को सैटिस्फाई कर रहे हैं. तो ये जो ग्राफ दिया है ये हमारी थर्ड इक्वेशन का है. That's how we pick the correct option. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
If any of the points does not work as a solution of the equation that you are working on, तो वो नहीं होगी correct equation. It's possible कि 2 satisfy करें, third पे no आ जाए. So you're going to reject that option. You're going to take up the next one. I hope it's clear. Anyone with any questions from this exercise?
No, ma'am.
Now, the last exercise that we have is based on the note that I gave to you.
Ma'am, in figure 4.7, the constant can be a solution.
A bit of solution बनता है pair of values से. A single value can never be a solution.
Ma'am, no, I mean fourth one.
Fourth one could be the answer for this given graph.
Yes, ma'am.
You can check x plus 2y is 6. You can use these values. अगर आप a use करते हो, a is -1 3. Let's see if that works. So your left hand side is 5 not equal to 6. ये तो पहला point ही आपका satisfy नहीं कर रहा, तो ये reject हो जाएगी. पहले पॉइंट में से हमें x की वैल्यू -1 मिली है, y की वैल्यू 3 मिल रही है. अगर हम ये वैल्यूज पुट करते हैं इस इक्वेशन में, तो इक्वेशन सैटिस्फाई नहीं हो रही. एज यू कैन सी हियर, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड इज नॉट इक्वल टू राइट हैंड साइड. सो हमें बाकी दोनों पॉइंट्स के लिए तो चेक करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. सो दिस इक्वेशन इज रिजेक्टेड. इट कैन नॉट हैव द ग्राफ एज शोन इन दिस फिगर. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's take up the next question, next exercise. This is on page number 77. Question number 1. Give the geometric representations of y equals to 3 as an equation in one variable. It is an equation in one variable. And then secondly, equation in two variables. Remember, there was a note I gave you to write down before exercise 4.3, where I had explained the geometric representation of linear equation in one variable and the representation of a linear equation in two variables. So this is a linear equation. जो इक्वेशन आपको दी हुई है, इट इज अ लीनियर इक्वेशन इवन इन फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन एंड इन सेकंड क्वेश्चन. दोनों पार्ट्स में आपको एक एक लीनियर इक्वेशन दी है. बट एज सच अगर आप देखो तो ये दोनों इक्वेशन सिर्फ एक वेरिएबल में है. इनकी रिप्रेजेंटेशन अगर की जाएगी, दे विल बी अ पॉइंट ऑन द नंबर लाइन. अगर आप इस इक्वेशन को you treat it as an equation in just one variable, then your equation's solution will represent a point on the number line. And if you treat this equation as an equation in two variables, it will represent a line in the Cartesian plane. You can go back to the note that you have written before exercise 4.3 once again. Please go over that note and see how that works. If you have questions, please ask. We shall be writing down the answer and then we will discuss again. So I have given you question 7th as homework and question number 5 you have done in book. So this is the equation that's given to us, y equals to 3, and the first part is geometrical representation of y equals to 3 as an equation in one variable. So this simply will be a point. If you want, you can write down that this will be a point on the number line. You could draw a horizontal number line, or you could draw a vertical number line. Sometimes y की value अगर आपको मिल रही है from the equation given to you, आपको जो भी equation दी है उसमें से अगर आपको y की value मिल रही है, sometimes, it's not always, sometimes the person prefers to represent the value of y on vertical number line because y will be a value on y-axis. So y-axis we represent vertically, but otherwise, if you just show a horizontal number line, that also works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a horizontal number line. I'm going to write down the name as y dash so that this number line actually means the y-axis. And then normally jaise aap draw karte the, somewhere you can mark 0. On the right side, you will have your positive values. And on the left side, you will have the negative values. And then represent y equals to 3. Wherever you can see y equals to 3, this is the value y equals to 3. So this point shows y equals to 3. This is the solution of this equation, the geometrical representation for the given equation in one variable. And if you have to do it in two variables, the first thing you want to do is you want to rewrite your equation as an equation in two variables. So for the second part, where you want to give the geometrical representation of y equals to 3, as an equation in two variables, first of all, write it as an equation in two variables, rewrite. अब हमारे पास इस इक्वेशन में x वाली टर्म नहीं है. What are we supposed to do? From first exercise. So this will be written as 0x, जो टर्म नहीं है वो खुद इंट्रोड्यूस करोगे आप, plus 1y.